All right, welcome, everyone. Doing a little Friday, 4:30 Eastern time show with at Steve's Book 22 on Twitter. We're gonna be talking props. Man, we got NHL, NBA, baseball, everything going on. Steve, it's busy days for us prop bettors. How you doing, man?
Good, man. How you doing?
It's busy. You get up in the morning and you just got to start crunching numbers immediately. Like there's so much to go over. So, you want to talk baseball or you want to talk NBA first? What you feeling?
Um, Start with baseball.
Start with baseball. I'm me personally. I kind of like to wait until everything gets going. I'm always very appreciative of the guys that are just like, no, right out of the gate, I feel it. So, and you've been good.
Yeah, I started out really well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So talk to me, man. What was your mindset going into Major League Baseball? What's been working? What have you been seeing? Because I'm envious of you guys.
Well, it was tough at first, without much of a track record um, going into the season. But I've had some success starting with team total. Um, you know, I stick with road teams for the most part because that way you get that guaranteed full 9 innings at bats.
Yeah.
So I've had success with that. That started out pretty good. I mean, I started the season on fire. I was 9-0 to start the year. Cooled off, cooled off a little bit since then. But I'm still running at about 50%.
So you mean you couldn't keep going at 100%?
No,
What the hell, man?
well, like you said, I should have just quit. I should have just quit. Start.
Yeah. Let's see. What count to five for me real quick, Steve. I'm gonna need to adjust your audio. Count to five.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
There we go. There we go.
Yeah, I had a little echo.
That's I can fix that. Let me see here. Try that. Count to five again.
Yeah, that's good.
All right. Okay. Have there been teams or players you've been this is a concept I want to talk to you about. Have there been teams or specific players that you're just like, I'm riding these guys or I'm fading these guys in baseball?
Yeah, there's been some teams. I mean, the Reds were hot out the gate as far as scoring runs and stuff like that. That as far as I've had some pitcher K props too. Bieber, obviously, everyone's looking at him. He's going over, so you can ride him pretty much for the whole season.
Yeah. I've found in NBA, I'm just gravitating towards like 3 or 4 teams. Is that what you do in Major League Baseball?
Yeah, for the most part. I mean, we discussed some of the teams prior in NBA. The Suns. I know you mentioned the Nuggets the other night as a team that we've been riding.
Yeah, the Nuggets. Love the Nuggets. Oh my God. Between Barton and Porter and Aaron Gordon unders and Jokic double doubles.
Just been money, right?
Oh man, they've been so good. So good. So yeah, you mentioned the Reds. I know they went 7 for 7 to start off with their team total over. That was a popular play. Are there teams you think they're, I don't know, overinflated, that they've outperformed and we might start looking at some unders or anything? Or what do you see this early?
I mean, it seems like the Yankees haven't been exactly what you thought they would do to start the year as far as scoring runs. The Blue Jays look like they would be a team that would be putting up a lot of runs, but they're not. They haven't really quite lived up to expectations either.
Yeah. I agree with that completely. I had a first inning bet on the Blue Jays and it got postponed. So yay me. Glad I didn't record a video on that one. Yeah, they had Matz and Minor going against each other. I had first inning no run to be scored. I loved how Matt's looked, and Miner's got a really good history against them. So, what are the types of props you like doing with baseball? Me personally, I found success. I love the first inning. Will there be a run or not? It's been I know everyone loves the strikeout props. I know Matt Joseph loves the bases, like half a base or 1.5 a base. I've never been able to crack the code on those. Other people have. I love the first inning ones. So what are the types of props that you like in baseball?
Well, the no run first inning, I've done okay with, but God, that's a stressful bet. Yeah. I mean, I had one with Wainwright and Burns for the Brewers and the Cardinals, and I mean, I knew Wainwright would be the half of it that I'd have to worry about. He loads them up, he gets out of it. I get to the Burns part of things, and I think I'm in the clear, lead off triple. Yeah, he gets out of it. It's amazing. I thought it was over at that point. I mean, all you need is a sac fly and it's over with, right? But he got out of it. He struck out two, got a ground out. He got out of it. So luckily, but
yeah, they are stressful. I love it because it's just over. You have one inning. There's no sweat. There's no bullpen involved. There's no running through the rotations. There's no running through the lineups. I love it.
Yeah, and I haven't done any yes to the runs in the first inning. They call them nerfies and yerfies. I guess that's what they call them nowadays.
Those are tough those are tough to bet. I know the White Sox have been good in the first inning. I know the last 3 games they've been piling it on. They've been getting out early. But yeah, because it seems so easy. You're like, 1 inning. Come on. This is easy.
3 outs each, right? And you get that done.
And then you realize, they're facing the best 4 batters on each lineup. So that's
it's true, right?
But I love it because you can log in, you can watch it on TV, or you can just follow the game cast on your phone, and within 15 minutes it's over. It's pretty fun.
It's pretty fun, right? I mean,
yeah.
I've only done 2 of those this season, and I've had success. I've gotten them both. I did DeGrom against the Marlins. It was a high juice on that one. It was -150, but it came through though.
Yeah. So I've been on my phone trying to follow more people that do props. So I gotta ask, how many of these guys on social media are friends of yours or that you know? Because there is a lot of people doing props, and I've seen this year, and maybe it's just because I'm more dialed in, there are more and more knowledgeable prop bettors than ever before.
Yeah, it's really amazing. It's quite the community. And I know you commented on the prop play. The collab plays. The collab plays.
I'm seeing these collab plays, and I'm like, what the hell is a collab play? You both liked it, or what?
We get together on the DMs and go back and forth and hash it out and come to a consensus, basically,
I love them. They're so great because most of the time social media is just an absolute shit show with people tearing each other apart. So to see people betting together and be like, yeah, that's what it's supposed to be. We're not betting against each other. We're betting against the books. So
yeah, it's nice to work together. And it comes through, and then you both get the win, and basically you kind of compare some different people get to see your pitch that way.
Yeah, I think it's great. I love them. Who are some of the guys? I got to look this up. So who are some of the guys that you know and you do the collab plays with? And are these friends of yours, or are these people that you just kind of met, kind of like how you and I did just on social media?
Yeah, it's people I've met on social media for the most part. Prop Detective and I did a couple together, and I did one with it's ADF. We're 1-0 together, so it's fun, I see a lot of guys doing it now. You can kind of build a little bit more people checking out what you're doing that way, which is nice.
Yeah, I obviously I get tons of bets sent my way, and I see a bunch of write ups, and I got to say, most of the write ups that I see where it's like on the team total or the side or the points, like where it's just generic game, are just you just look at them, you're like, God, you're such a square. That's such garbage. But man, once you get into props and you see people on social media who are really doing props, their write ups are just like they're fantastic. So I'm always interested to hear this. How do you research some of your props? Because I kind of have my system down, and then I talk to other people, and it's just a completely different systems. Like when you're looking up baseball props, like what do you look for? Like what websites do you really enjoy? What do you take the most out of? Things like that.
I mean, I'll look for obviously some team matchups to start, and for baseball, I really like daily baseball data. That way, you can see the batter versus pitcher, the weather, which is important right now, especially in April when you get that cold weather and the ball doesn't carry quite as much. So
Yeah.
that site really is good for checking the weather. You can check out batter versus pitcher, which is always important to me. If you get a little bit of a track record where you see a team has a lot of good hitters against that starting pitcher, then you know they have a good chance to score some runs.
Oh, that's
I
good.
also look at teams that can stack right or left-handed hitters against the opposite side pitcher. For instance, San Francisco Giants, they haven't really worked out that well for me yet, but they have that ability to stack right-handed bats against a left-handed pitcher, which is important. I mean, one of their only lefties in the lineup is Stremski, but he hasn't started out that well. He does so well that it almost doesn't matter.
Yeah. Um, I did something just happen to Donovan Mitchell?
What's that?
My phone just blew up. Somebody, like, people are like, and down goes Donovan Mitchell. And I'm like, oh no,
My,
oh no, this could be live.
that's not good.
Well, uh, I think I'm going to start calling them the Indiana Overs, the Pacers. I love watching this team. They can't stop anybody. They can't slow them down. Like I've said, they're the Brooklyn Nets with no defense.
Pretty much, right?
So,
I'm so mad at myself that I'm not on that over today with Utah. I strongly considered it, but I thought that at home Utah might be able to slow them down a little bit. But I think it was a pretty high scoring game going on right now, right?
Oh yeah, it's 86-81. They still got 3 minutes in the third.
Yeah, I think that was going over.
Yeah, so
that one might be going over.
Yeah, I locked in Brogdon over his points, and I guess what I will say, and I watch this team all the time. If this lineup kind of stays as it is, I mean, Sabonis, Brogdon, and Karis LeVert are the only ones scoring for this team. Like, I feel like you could just bet the three of them, and you're gonna go 3-0 or 2-1 every night. You could just split up whatever you're gonna bet, because I'm looking right now. Holiday's got 5 points. Sumner's got 4. And then Sabonis 20, Brogdon 16, LeVert 16. So good job by you finding a team like the Pacers, because I believe in streaks. I think it's really hard to just kind of pick like one person every single day. I like finding guys that you can get that goes on like 7-3 streaks, or 15-4 streaks and everything. So have you found many of those NBA season?
Yeah, this has been obviously we talked about Porter.
Yes.
A lot of people know about him. Another popular one is Westbrook. Rebounds plus assists. My God, I mean he gets it every time. He gets it every time. Tonight it's 24.5. And he'll probably get I took it. I took it.
It's crazy. I, I looked. Russell Westbrook on DraftKings is minus 160 for a triple double.
That's amazing. That's amazing, right?
Like, what? Are you kidding me?
I mean, it's always positive money for a triple double, right? Except for him.
It's unbelievable. Minus one. You got to lay minus 160 to get Russ in a triple double. Absolutely incredible, man. That's just, it's so funny. Yeah, I guess we're kind of transitioning into basketball. I had my worst streak of the season was right before the All-Star break, and I think next year, I think I'm taking 2 weeks off right before the All-Star break because every year I do good out of the gate, and then there's that freaking 2-week period right before the All-Star break where everything goes into complete chaos, at least for me. And then after All-Star break, I let a couple games go and then right back to the winning streak. But that 2 week was just awful for me.
Yeah,
I don't know if you experienced the same thing.
Yeah, it's a brutal time. And in the NBA this year, you just don't know who's playing on any given night, right? It's crazy with guys that it's not even injuries, it's rest and every other thing, but you never know who's playing. So that's why I usually wait to put out props are a little different because if someone doesn't play, then the bet cancels. But as far as spread and total, I kind of wait till I know who's playing so I can have a good idea of what to base it on.
Yeah, my buddy, he sends me his basketball props every day, and he sent me 2 of them yesterday. One of them was Dennis Schroeder over points, and one of them was Jason Tatum over points, and points, rebounds, and assists for both of them. And I was like, you can't play these now. We don't know who's playing for the Lakers. Like my phone is just like going off with lineup changes and who's out and who's in, and then I was like, and if everyone's sitting and there's a blowout and you just get totally fucked. And sure enough, it was a blowout. The Lakers were terrible because they sat everybody, and these guys all went under, basically all of them except Jaylen Brown. It's tough. It's tough to put in, and it goes against conventional thinking because you always want to get the best number, right? Well, how do you do that? You get the bet in early. But now it's like, no, you got to wait. So I don't know. When do you put in? Because I see your plays, and sometimes they're early, sometimes they're late. I think you do a really good job of doing that.
Yeah, I'm all over the place, but I try to jump on it early morning sometimes to get the best of that number. There's some of these guys out there that when they post their play, that number shoots up a point, and now it's juiced. So to get the best of the number on some of the popular ones, you got to jump on early. But sometimes I wait till later in the day just to see who's playing for each team and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So it varies from guy to guy, really.
Yeah. I find myself waiting like more and more with NBA. NHL, it's a lot easier. I can do my NHL plays first, but and it's really funny because I look at DraftKings and FanDuel, and those bets are constantly coming off the board. I've had more than one time where I get a play, I play it, and then it's off the board for like 4 hours after, and you're like, does this count? Are they going to avoid it? Like, what are they going to do? So, yeah, the sports books are definitely are definitely struggling with it as ours. So, joined by
I think
go
it's
ahead.
a little more sensitive because there's less people doing it still right now, right? So if someone puts a decent sized play on it, then it's gonna move the number. And there's some of these guys that when they post on Twitter, you'll see the line jump. Like I said, you feel like you'll jump a point, and now it's negative 130 instead of straight juice.
I know. I get it. I used to deal with this with NASCAR all the time. Like with NASCAR, it would move 35 cents when I would make a play. So I would have to tell everybody and release the plays. It's like, all right, this is the play, this is the play. All right, is everyone locked in? All right, good. I'll play it. Now it goes from minus 110 to minus 145,
Yeah,
like instantly. So, but it's a cool feeling to know that the prop bettors have some have some weight.
yeah, it's amazing, right? To
Yeah,
see those numbers move.
yeah.
You don't see that as much with a total for the most part.
No, it takes so much money, or it takes some really big name bettors to move a total or a line. But with props, like you said, there's some online guys that can do that. So, um, do you like doing props in NBA playoffs?
Yeah, I'm definitely looking into it this year a lot more. I've I've jumped a lot more into the props recently. I think it would be a lot easier. Well, at least knowing who's going to play and not play, right? You know what I mean? You know they're going to play in the playoffs, but
Yeah,
they care, right? You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah. It is a lot easier to do player props when you know which players are going to be propping uh,
Yeah, it
later.
helps, right?
Yeah. What do you think about what do you think about these teams where, okay, so we have the Lakers where AD and LeBron are obviously not playing. They're doing the smart thing with those guys. They're in it for championships. They're just gonna sit these guys probably a week or two before they're ready for the playoff run, and then put them in there. And then you got the Nuggets who are dealing with the Jamal Murray injury. Any of these teams that you think the injuries are really going to sway some of these player props? Because I really like my prediction on the Nuggets on what's going to happen with them with Jamal Murray out. So, any teams that you're looking at with these injuries that you think you can find an edge on?
Well, when you mention the Lakers or something like that, you're going to have some players that you're going to have some points and stuff like that because obviously LeBron and AD are out. As far as injuries, um, the Raptors, they've had so many guys out recently that at one point you were able to get some decent plays on those guys. You know what I mean? But as far as the injuries go, you just never know. It's not even injury sometimes with these guys. Sometimes it's rest or load management. Um, when the Clippers, they come to mind. If Kawhi or Paul George are out, you got a good chance to take the other one's points over. Paul George's been the guy that when Kawhi's out, he goes off. So I've been taking him at points, and he's come through.
Yeah, I was kind of bummed. I thoroughly enjoyed someone like Nerlens Noel, where the point total was like 6.5, and you could take the under and hit it. I really enjoyed low numbers like that. But you are so right. The Clippers, yeah, when PG's out, take Kawhi. When Kawhi's out, just take PG. That team, I thought they were great. I thought they were going to make some real noise in the playoffs, but I'm losing faith as I see their role players just kind of fall apart. I don't buy Pat Beverly. Some of those guys, I think they might get steamrolled in the playoffs again.
Yeah, they might. I was gonna actually do a Nuggets future because they came out so great when Aaron Gordon joined the team, but without Murray now, makes it tough. That was a brutal loss for them.
And it may derail them next year, because
Yeah,
I mean that's a year before you're even remotely even thinking about 100%. And if they may have a low seed. I mean, their team's really good, and they got a really good backup. But man, what a bummer. Of course, they could also be the team where Murray comes back, and all of a sudden they're the 7 seed, and the 2 seed is like, shit, we got to face the Nuggets with a healthy Jamal Murray. Yeah, that was kind of bummer. So, what other NBA teams you've been dialing in on? Because I do like the plays that you post. I like that you don't go. I don't like guys that do just a ton of plays in one sport. I don't like the 20 plays in NBA and then 20 plays in MLB. So I like that you're fairly selective in your plays. So how do you figure that out?
yeah. I mean, I've been running at about 9 or 10 a day now, which is I kind of sometimes feel like might be a lot, but 2 or 3 MLBs. I've really been doing well with NBA over, like you mentioned, the Pacers, and another weird team that you could jump on is the Rockets. They've recently been an over machine. You know, they've give up a lot of points, and recently they've been scoring their points. So I actually I like that over tonight against the Nuggets against the Rockets. I like that over. Unfortunately, the numbers moved a couple points already.
Yeah. Well, I'll give you out my secret weapon that I've been cashing in on. I put this as a client play today. He's on the Rockets. Is Kelly Olynyk. He's been a stat machine.
You really have
like listen, somebody's got to put up stats for the Rockets. He's been good, and the books have not adjusted. I grabbed it at 22.5 points, rebounds, and assists today.
I had him the other night myself. 21.5 points, rebounds, assists. He had it in the third quarter.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, let's go ahead and just talk about what a complete swing and a miss you and I both had. I sent out a tweet, and then you sent a very similar one later. Why did we not have Joel Embiid over his point total against the Nets? What were we doing? Oh my god!
Oh my god! So
we call ourselves prop bettors, and we didn't figure that one out.
So I didn't see your tweet, and I just couldn't believe that I didn't take that prop bet. I mean, against the Nets, you know they're going to score points. You knew it was going to be a competitive game because they're both vying for the number 1 seed in the East. So it matters to Embiid, which is key with him, because if he's not invested, that's going to be the night you get screwed on, right? But yeah, there's no one on that team that could guard him. The only thing that scared me off is that it was 30.5, so he needs 31, right? But what is that to him when he's playing the Brooklyn Nets? And like you said, the guys on the team are 6 inches shorter than him. That's so frustrating. You wish you could have that one back,
Oh, man. Like, I saw his stats, and I was like, immediately it just hit me. I was like, oh my god! So I turned the game on, and literally as I turned the game on, Jeff Green was guarding him. I was just like, oh, fuck it all. It's just like you could
forget it, right?
Yeah, it was like the older brother holding the ball over the little brothers. Oh god, I can't believe I missed out on that one. So here's you'll understand why I asked this question. Do you do any NFL draft props?
I've looked at it a little bit, and I haven't, to be honest with you. I mean, there hasn't been any props that I've taken yet, but I think this year I might look at it a little bit more closely. Are there any that you've taken in the past?
Well, the reason I ask about it is DraftKings and FanDuel have, I mean, from our perspective, like, thank you, DraftKings and FanDuel, for really exploding the prop market as far as, the number of props that we can look at. But I feel like, why are there so many NHL props and MLB props and NBA props? And the NFL draft, ratings-wise, is going to, completely blow away any of these NBA games. And I feel like they're just really lacking in the NFL draft props. And I don't know why that is. I wonder why that is. And because at Wager Talk, just behind the scenes, we're talking about doing an NFL draft show.
That'd be cool.
And well, it's actually a killer concept. So what it is they're going to get certain handicappers together that volunteer to do this. And then, like, 1 or 2 days before the draft, they're going to randomly draw a team out of a hat and assign it to a handicapper. And you got to come up with the props and the plays, which I think is awesome.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome.
and then we do a live show, like, while the draft is going on. So whoever gets the Jaguars, you're live, buddy. So I think that's really fun. But I've been very disappointed in some of the draft props that I've seen because I think they could do so many cool, crazy things with this. So I was just curious if you've done it. I've done pretty good on NFL props, but you're only taking like one or two a night, if that. Like you might find one. So I was just curious if you do the NFL draft.
Yeah, it's not something I've looked at, recently, but I think this year I could delve into a little bit now.
Yeah, yeah. I wish there was a way.
That's an awesome concept.
Yeah,
that's great.
I've always thought, and I don't have enough clout to do this, but I've always thought some of the best analysis or the most knowledgeable people about certain teams, particularly in the NFL, are your local fans. Like the people that they live and die to watch the Chicago Bears. They probably know more about the backup offensive lineman than any national writer. And I've always thought the NFL draft should do a live feed where they have like a diehard fan of each team and their reaction to the pick. I think this is TV. I think it's TV gold. So when the Jags are up, you have the diehard Jacksonville Jaguar fan, and there's probably only one. But you have him on there.
I'm sure they can find him.
Yeah. He's the guy that's sitting on the 50-yard line in the last game of the season. Get that guy. But then so they draft Trevor Lawrence. They get his reaction. All right, thanks. Who's up next? Get that fan in. I think that would be great because I love fans' reactions. I think it would be amazing. I would love to hear that person over Mel Kiper.
I hear you, right? They probably know more about the team, right? Those local fans, they're going to know the most about their team, and that's where you're going to get the best knowledge from. Like you said, they know the backup offensive lineman, the backup punter, whatever. They're going to know more about it than a lot of people.
Do you have a team?
New England Patriots.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we went over this. Okay. Yeah. All right, so let's get into.
I'm all Celtic, Red Sox, Patriots.
Well, I'm not a huge baseball fan. I am really disappointed that Boston is off to a good start because there's nothing more I enjoy than Boston fans pissed off. It gives me great joy. I love the rants. So I'm really bummed. I can't wait for the Red Sox to hit a slump and see the sky is falling. So what is going on with the Red Sox? How are they doing this?
It's been amazing, right? Because last time we talked on the podcast, we talked about how it was going to be a tough year for the Red Sox. And it still might be, at some point or another. But the hitting has just been amazing because JD Martinez has really just come back to life. Last year he wasn't able to do anything. Now he's killing it. Right? So it's the hitting right now for the Red Sox is carrying him. That's generally the story recently, But
I was on the fence about this. The huge contract for baseball players has really never proven to work out. Like, yeah, it might be great for ticket sales or it might be great, for a couple stats here and there, but I never really believed in that. And a lot of people I trust never believed in that. But then when Boston wouldn't give it to Mookie, they were just like, you have to give him that contract. And I was like, wait, hold on, time out. You guys from Boston have always said you don't give the huge contract. So like, were you bummed about losing Mookie? And I mean, it's way too early, but
how could you not be? He's amazing, He's killing it with the Dodgers. He just won a ring with them, But in the long term, you might be right. Maybe it might be better for the team not signing that type of a contract, But the Red Sox can afford it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, their owners are cheap fucks. Let's be honest. Their owners are pretty cheap. But yeah, I just wonder with Mookie, like how many sleeper like bullpen guys can you sign for that? How many guys how many closers in the playoffs are going to make? But of course, you look at it from the Dodgers. They won a World Series, so automatically it's worth it.
Yeah. and they're not going to get mixed there, man. Best record in the majors, and that team can match. I mean, top to bottom, they can bench Mookie and they can bench Seager, and they still put 9 runs up. Even without those guys, it's amazing.
Yeah. Okay, so the Patriots. Do you believe in Cam? Do you believe Cam's where do you believe they're going to be throwing out Cam Newton week 1, or do you think they got something in the works?
I think they might have something in the works. I'm not sure. I don't believe in Cam right now. I mean, years ago he was really good, but he just doesn't seem like he has that arm strength at all. So I don't know. Time will tell us that. But Belichick always has something in the works. So he's got a plan.
Yeah. And then you're the Celtics. Woof. What is going on there?
It's amazing, right? Such a great collection of talent, and then I would almost think that they're the biggest underachievers in the whole league. They have to be, right?
I don't even know what the fix is for that team. Like, I don't even know what you're supposed to add to it. Like, moving forward, you got these guys that on paper would be really good, but for whatever reason they kind of suck when they go out there against big teams. It doesn't make any sense.
I was hoping that they'd get Vucevic, instead of Fournier. It's amazing that the Magic pretty much dismantled their entire team and pieced it out to all the contenders. But the Celtics, where they're really lacking is in the center, because what's going to happen is when they get in the playoffs and they have to face the 76ers and the Bucks, they don't have the length to match up with them, So.
And then to even add on to it, they don't have I don't think you have the perimeter to match up against Brooklyn.
Probably not.
So it's like you're kind of stuck.
If Brooklyn ever plays together, right? If we ever get a game with two at the Big Three. But they play 2 games together. You never know when Kyrie's going to go off the reservation. Who knows what he's going to do. If the three of them never play together, it might be neutral. But until that time comes, honestly, I'm leaning Philadelphia right now.
I am too. I absolutely am too. It is the strangest NBA team I've ever seen, Brooklyn. And I'm really pissed off about the Harden thing, because my biggest call before the season was I took Brooklyn under their season win total. I was like, I don't buy Kyrie, I don't buy Durant's health. And sure enough, I was proven right. I didn't know they were going to end up with fucking Harden and squeeze out all these wins. So like, they're going to go over their win total barely. But like, when I made the call, I've been proven right on Kyrie. I've been proven right on Durant. And then all of a sudden they end up with Harden, and now he's hurt. And I'm like, I'm going to lose that one. Like, really? I made I predicted this team was a shit show, and I'm still not going to get it right. So I'm with you. I think this is Philly's, and I think a Philly Lakers final would be so fun. I would absolutely love to watch Simmons and Embiid against LeBron and AD. I think that would just be, must watch TV every night.
It would be amazing. About a week ago, like I was saying, I was thinking Philly against Denver. As Denver as a dark horse, I know you got the Lakers, but now Denver without Murray, that kills it for them. But other than that, the Lakers, Utah, could the Clippers do something? I don't know. Probably not. Right?
No, probably not. Probably not. So, yeah, good stuff. All right, so what are you going to do with baseball? Looking forward. Okay, so obviously the Red Sox came out good. White Sox are looking really good. Do you see any slowdown with them? Or are there teams that, I guess more importantly, are there teams that came out slow that you think are going to improve, that might be some pretty good sleeper teams to start looking at as the season moves on?
one that I would name is Oakland. They started off so horrendous. I mean, there's nowhere to go but up, you know. And actually, they're a team that I've been really looking at, especially past couple of days against Detroit for their team total. They came through last night, and I think they're a good. I think they're a good play tonight as well. I I don't think the Red Sox can necessarily keep the pace they've been at. Obviously, they're going to drop off a little bit. A team I really liked going into the year was Milwaukee because of their pitching and their bullpen. But gosh, they just can't hit. They can't hit at all. So
Yeah,
that's a problem.
yeah. I think I'm with you on that. I do love teams like the Red Sox, the team that isn't slated to do well and then comes out like gangbusters. I just wish it wasn't a Boston team. No offense. All right. All right. Prediction. What do you think the Patriots do in the draft, in the offseason? What do you think this team is looking like when the season starts? You always say Belichick's got a plan. So what's his plan?
Oh, he's the one. Yeah, he's the one that he's the best at keeping that plan under wraps. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it stinks that we lost Edelman. He retired. Did you see that he retired?
Yeah. Yeah. Good for him though. He's been beat up. I mean that body of his has been ravaged. So
it's amazing what he did with his career. Honestly, he was he replaced Wes Welker a long time ago, and I remember people joking saying this guy can't replace Welker. His numbers as that slot receiver, because Brady's always loved that slot receiver. It goes back to Troy Brown, then it was Wes Welker, then Edelman. I mean, it gets to a smaller degree with Tampa, Scotty Miller, but yeah, it's amazing what Edelman did with his career. That's it. I mean, people talk about him as a potential Hall of Famer, even though he doesn't have the stats for that. But he has the playoff stats for it. He's second all-time receptions in the postseason behind Jerry Rice.
I know, it's crazy. What an insane stat. Julian Edelman. That's a great bar bet. That is one of those great stats to throw out to guys. He
was able to play so many games, and obviously he's great at snagging a lot of receptions in the postseason, and he'll go down in history for that huge catch against the Falcons. That was amazing. That was one of the most amazing plays I've ever seen in my life.
Yep. Yeah, I don't know, man. Hall of Fame. I'm always bad at that because I never know what it takes to get into the Hall of Fame. It's just like opinions. It's like right. a bunch of writers. Yeah, I think this guy. When they didn't unanimously put Ricky Henderson in the Hall of Fame, I was just like, all right, all right, this is a lost cause. If you can't put the best leadoff hitter of all time, by far, by none, there's no other even. You can't.
I love Ricky Henderson. He was one of my favorites from back in the day. I love Ricky Henderson. But it's amazing that they couldn't put him in the Hall of Fame, right? I mean, yeah, like you said, one of the greatest leadoff hitters ever. This guy could steal a base anytime he wanted to, really.
Yeah, like who was the guy that was like, nope, not good enough for me. I demand excellence. I demand better. Like, oh, fuck you.
Yeah.
It's amazing. It really is. It really is. So, Steve, this was fun. Yeah. It's always good to catch up with you. We might have to do a collaboration play.
Anytime,
I'm all in. I feel left out on the collaboration plays. Might have to do some videos or something like that. So,
sounds good, man.
Yeah, you're doing great on your write-ups. I texted you this. I am enjoying your write-ups. You're doing a good job on those. It's hard to do them on Twitter, but they're good. They're and and actually sometimes it is good on Twitter because you got to keep it short and to the point and know like it's like I like this guy because he did this, his opponent doesn't do this, and that's why I like this play. Instead of, on this balmy Monday evening,
Yeah, some of those stats, right? I hate that. This team does this on a Monday. This team has covered. They're 6-1 in their last Tuesday games. As if these players, it's Tuesday. Let's step it up. This is what we normally do on a Tuesday. Some of those stats are so useless. All right, I mean, but
some of them are pretty funny. I will tell you this, that I did have to laugh. So inside Wager Talk, we have this very, very detailed, like it keeps all of our streaks and our stats, and like it's really complex. It's pretty amazing. And for whatever reason, I have no idea why, but I'm great on Sundays. I'm it's like 73% in 2021 on player props on Sundays. It's like
I saw you mention that on a couple of your videos because I check out your videos every day because
right on, man.
I love that they're you like you said you give the points that matter. It's just a quick and those NHL props that you dig up, that's amazing, man. Yeah, no point. Under 2.5 shot. That takes some research, right? That's pretty good though.
I thoroughly enjoy doing my NHL prop research. Somebody made a comment to me, and I normally call assholes like this out, but somebody made a prop was like, sometimes you're just stealing, people's plays. I was like, oh, really? All the people playing shots on goal for the Anaheim Ducks. Yes, all the. Yes, I'm clearly stealing some of those.
There's a little bit of that on Twitter, right?
A little bit of that.
Yeah. You make a comment about something, or you make a post, and it's almost like people are saying that you stole the play from this guy or that guy. It's just whatever.
Well, it's like more than one of us can like the play. Like, I'm not the only one.
There's only so many out there, right? And it doesn't take a genius right now to know that Russell Westbrook is, is a lock full of rebounds and assists.
Yes, I'm the only one that thought Zion Williamson was going to have a good game tonight. I'm sorry,
right?
I stole that from the other guy. His sleeper pick there.
Sometimes I'm looking at it trying to find the obscure one. And recently, I just said screw it, and I'm just trying to win. It's nice to find those. It is nice to find those obscure ones that no one else does.
Well, I'm very proud of my Kelly Olynyk plays because those have been good. Those have been real good. I'm on him tonight again. So.
Oh yeah, that's a good one tonight. Actually,
yeah.
You know who was a good one? Jacob Podol from the Spurs. The guy was getting his point total. It was over 9.5, over 10.5. It was clear every night, It was fun when you get those obscure ones that no one else has,
Well, and I think right now that's kind of where the value is at because when you take some of these superstars like a Zion, I had him the other night, and he had 42 points, rebounds, and assists, and he came up just a little bit short. He rattled a 3-pointer in and out at the end. But these guys where their totals are kind of more in the middle, you can escape with a win on the blowout. But like we saw last night with the Celtics, when you have that blowout when the Lakers don't give a shit, Tatum's not going to care and his coaches aren't going to care. So you have that high total and it's never going to come close because he's going to play 28 minutes. The Celtics are like, sweet, we can rest our guys. So now those high totals are hard.
Yeah, it is tough. Those really high ones, when you talk about Jokic needing 49.5 points, rebounds, and assists, he's going to, like you said before, he's going to have that perfect game, right? But he's going to have to hit every category. And a lot of times, again, I mentioned this on the last time we talked, that a lot of times you can just get the points to achieve these props. And you don't need to add the rebounds and assists. Like for instance, Porter tonight. Sure, he's been getting a lot of rebounds lately. But if you look at his game log, and you add the points, rebounds, props together, compared to the point prop. How many times did he need the rebounds to achieve that number, right? And you can just go to the point, and it works out for you 9 out of 10 times. So why would you risk him having a 7 rebound night with 20 points and falling short?
So
You know?
true. So true. Absolutely. Yeah. It's a sneaky, like, it's a sneaky thing to look at, but yeah, you got to look at it like, well, all right, do I need assists? Well, the guy only has 1 assist last, so why would I be adding assists into his total? And sometimes I think the books get a little bit sneaky with some of that stuff.
Another thing I would just really quick, I would tell people to look at is always try to find the best, place to give you as many outs as possible. For instance, I took Mike Trout on player prop a couple weeks ago, maybe a week and a half ago, and the site had his home run at plus 250, or you could take 4 total bases at plus 250, the same price, but it gives you, 2 doubles,
Yeah,
2 singles and a
absolutely.
double, and you're going to get there. You don't, and that night I got lucky. He actually hit the home run and cleared the prop easy. But those are some tough ones. I don't know if you've looked at those, but the hitter props can be tough sometimes. I like taking the total bases though. If you can get a guy that's been pretty hot, he needs 2 or 3 total bases, for like a normal juice. It seems like a decent spot.
Well,
But I haven't had the greatest success with the hitter ones, to be honest with you.
Well, you and Matt Josephs are going to get along great because he loves those bases, man. He loves those bases props. So,
I love the way he looks at things. To be honest with you, he's really smart when it comes when I watch you guys talk about profit up and stuff like that. He really comes up with some good angles.
Oh yeah, well he does a radio show out in Richmond for ESPN. He does, and I'm like, how are you not doing like more? Like, how are you not doing like bigger stuff? How are you just stuck in Richmond? How have they not moved you up to do all this? You're a freaking encyclopedia on stuff. I remember the first video I did with him. I like prepped and I was like getting ready. I had all my notes and everything, and they were like, yeah, do this video with Matt. And I'm like, all right, I've never met this guy. Who's Matt Joseph? And then I'm like, I'm gonna school this guy with my prop knowledge. And I got done. My wife was like, how did it go? And I was like, I got to get better. I don't know anything. I got to study more because I had my notes and everything this guy had in his brain was better than everything I had on this piece of paper.
Yeah.
It's been fun. Yeah, he's a cool cat. So Steve, this was awesome, man. Thanks for doing this.
No problem.
Always love talking to another prop better, and keep doing your thing, man. Keep doing those write-ups and everything. I see you're getting more and more followers, which is always exciting.
Yeah.
Good for you. Hope the Red Sox and Patriots fall apart. And
Thanks.
no problem. So, all right, man. I'm gonna get going. Have a great weekend. Let's keep in touch and let's do this again. Okay.
Yeah, man, definitely for sure. I appreciate the time.
Yeah, no problem, man. Bye.
Thanks a lot.